Hey, Arcturus here. Today we're looking at a Bricklink set, The Art of Chocolate by Marcos Garavelli. This set comes with 2,615 pieces and is part of the Bricklink Designer program. If you're not familiar with the Bricklink program, this is a program where they take designs submitted by LEGO fans and then turn them into LEGO sets. They're normally limited run. I believe they go up to 30,000. It may be more, maybe less. I don't remember offhand. But you get some very nice builds that you might not otherwise see as a full-on LEGO set. So this is one of those builds. And this came out about a year ago, I believe. But it builds this very nice dollhouse style build, which we'll look at momentarily. There are minifigures in this set as well. I just have them off to the side for now because I kept knocking them over when I was working on it. So I will move this box out of the way. That way we can take a look at the set itself. So I wanted to start off by looking at the outside. You can see it's a small chocolatier's workshop and house. You have some nice stonework here in the front for the base, the foundation of the building. Some nice brickwork here with those brick textured pieces. Some nice stonework here on the ground. Nice Christmas theming for this. As we go to the sides, we have some, more industrial style parts. Like here we have some tanks with pressure gauges and they tie into the building, and you have a big one up here as well. As we go to the side, we have a nice little mouse or rat here on the side as part of the texture, and some of that very nice Lego building technique here with these small ingot style pieces and some 1x1 stud pieces here as well, or squares. I'm not entirely sure on the name for those. I will say one thing I dislike about this ingot style building technique is they do tend to shift on me. I'm not very good at getting them to stay in one place. They do tend to twist and warp on me as I go through things, but it does work pretty well. I like that this piping goes all the way up to the top and it lines up very nicely. It looks really good, I think. So here's the back of the dollhouse style. It's just flat, kind of gives you a half building. I think this would have been a really cool set with a full building, but I think that probably would have kicked up to 4,000 or 6,000 pieces. But it goes together very nicely. It makes a very nice use of different colors to kind of get this sort of brickwork here. It's a real fun piece to put together. So here we have the other side of the build. You have a small door here on the bottom, some windows, and a lot of snow style piecings here to kind of give it that winter theme for that chocolate shop there. You do have this nice little extra piece that just sticks out here, which just gives it a little extra texture on this wall for the fireplace. And then as we come back to the front, we have some nice decorations of mistletoe or Christmas themed plants here. A door there in the front, some stickers were used, of course, in this set. There were only 6 in total, 5 unique ones, and then 2 of this house number here for 1928. Very nice build overall. So you can see we have some chocolate here in the window, a large bay window looking into a kitchen or sitting area or dining area. We have a nice large window here in the front for a little chocolatier tasting room with a nice tasting room sign. I don't know if you can make that out with the overhang here due to the camera position, but it's quite nice. It is quite a dense set in terms of parts as well. So when I say dollhouse design, what I mean is the interior does open up, and it is that sort of dollhouse style build where you have full view of the interior when the back is open. So we have here in the bottom our production room for making the chocolate. You have some chocolate bars here on the door, just done with the brown ingots, and then some wrapped ones here for display. And we also have the entire process. And I'm going to have to lift this, so I'll have to be careful. You have a very nice machine extruding chocolate there in the bottom. A blender or roaster here, or maybe this is the roaster. I'm not entirely sure. I don't actually know that much about the process of making chocolate. You have some nice storage there behind the display in the back there. Some going up into the roof, some nice storage as you get that angled roof there. A nice little tasting room viewed from this side. You have a nice fireplace, a sitting chair in a couple different locations, more of an armchair style, table style in the back, single table here. Then you have a small apartment up top for making chocolate or another tasting room. I imagine this top part as more the apartment section, but it could also be another tasting room. I imagine that because you have this smaller kitchen up here as opposed to the larger process down below. That's a very nice interior. You can open the door. I like that they use this little hammer piece here right next to the door. I just thought it was a nice little touch. You could turn it and close the door, but you could if my fingers would fit a little better. Or it could be kind of just a spot to hang things. You make this nice little coat rack for a hat, little umbrella catch there. You can look down into the other room. I'll just slide that out of the way. You get this nice balcony here to look over the whole process. Very nicely done. I like how they add light fixtures in here. They actually attach to these upper bricks quite nicely. And so they're kind of unobtrusive, but they do show that some thought was given to that lighting there. I thought was very nice. As I mentioned, it was really fun to put this together, and it would have been cool if we had the full building came out to here. I think expanding it to the full size building would have been really cool, but also probably not feasible for a Lego set. I like how there's all these little chimneys. I like how there's this, sort of industrial feel to the outside, but it's not too industrial. And I particularly like, maybe because it's around Christmas that I was building this, but I particularly like the sort of Christmas winter theming here, which is very nice. So as I mentioned, you do get several minifigures. So we'll start off by looking at some of those. You also get a nice little, in addition to the mouse piece, you also get a nice little squirrel piece as well, which I thought was quite nice. Let's attach him to the base there. Oh, and in the house, you also have this tiny little tray with some chocolates on it to kind of show like a pre-made chocolate display. That just kept sliding out because there's no way for it to attach to the table if you have it that way. You do get this nice industrial worker here armed with a spoon. You can also give him a whisk if you prefer. We saw that around the back. Just a nice simple minifigure with an apron. It extends down onto the legs, which is nice. Some attachments there on the back. Single-sided face printing, but works quite well. Up next, as part of our chocolatiers, we have our head chef, head chocolatier, who's using one of those Harry Potter wand pieces to stir the pot of chocolate. Just a nice simple chef figure. No reverse printing, of course, on the head, but goes very nicely for working in that upper kitchen. And then our last chocolatier employee, at least as far as I can tell, we have our clerk, who's probably, or waitress for the sitting room. So this one does have a reverse head printing, but a simple torso around the back there, just with an apron, with a nice little cup of hot chocolate on the front there. Just a nice simple figure to work in the chocolate shop. And then we have some of our customers. Young child here looking at awe at the sheer variety of chocolates. I'm having just bought some and seeing the others that are left. I will say this hairpiece goes really well with this bag. It fits just perfectly underneath, so that goes quite nicely. The short legs in this case are the dual molded, so they are movable, unlike some of them. And this one does have a reverse print on the face there as well. So our next customer is an older woman with a nice knit sweater torso piece and some boots with leg printing there. And she also has an alternative face print as well. And then we have another child here picking up an acorn, possibly playing with the squirrel. Nice red jacket, very festive for the season. And this one also has that reverse face print. Just a nice little addition to a chocolate shop. And then we have our last figure wearing jeans and a flannel. with some sideburns printed on the face there. And he also has a reverse face print. Not sure what he would be looking at with that face in this set, but it's up to you on what that goes to. Otherwise, he has a rather calm looking face. So that is the Art of Chocolate from the Bricklink design program. This one was designed by Marco Scaravelli. An excellent set, really enjoyed it. It's one where it feels kind of like it should have been one of the modular buildings from Lego. Was a really fun build, really nice to get together. Lots of different uses of color, some really interesting techniques, some nice angles to the house. It's not just a brick, rectangle, some very nice angles here. Really enjoyed putting this together. Went really well at the Christmas time season when I was building it. It was an excellent set, really enjoyed it. So I don't have very many of the Bricklink sets left to put together. I believe I just have one more, so we'll see that at some point in the future. This one was just a really fun build, really enjoyed it. I really recommend looking at the Bricklink program and seeing any of the sets that make it to the final stage where they'll be built and seeing if there's any that catch your eye. They are quite fun to build. Well, that's all I have for this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below if there's any of the Bricklink sets that have caught your eye, and I will see you in the next one.